Okay, first off, are you guys proud? I finally have a proper thumbnail. This is because I actually ended up returning the book before I could like hold it as a cover, so I decided to just edit it in, and I don't really want to edit it into the video because then I have to put this video through like a video editing software, which I'm not gonna do. I'm too lazy for that. So I just did like a little quick cover thing on Canva for the thumbnail. Okay, now about the book. So this book is The Devil's Cloth, and I thought it was really interesting. It's a history on stripes, and the day I was reading it, I was actually wearing stripes, so not today, but you know, the day I was reading it. And anyways, I thought it was really interesting because like they would find out that at the beginning, like a long time ago, that people would like associate stripes with like evil things, bad things. You know, like the devil was wearing them, clowns were wearing them, prostitutes, criminals, redheads, you know, stuff like that. And then I think like one of the reasons that they were saying like maybe it was seen as bad was because like in the Bible it was like don't mix fabrics, and you know stripes are kind of like mixing fabrics because if you like being the different fabrics to make the stripe, yeah. And then that's kind of a weird rule, right? Don't mix fabrics. I think the book explained why, but like I don't really remember. It's been like a few days since I read it. I've been like really procrastinating this video and reading. I had like 5 books overdue, so then I had to like return all of them because there was like a replacement fee of like $100 in total. Not good. Anyways, yeah. So they would like associate strips with like animals, prostitutes, you know, I said all that, traitors, criminals, also with black people because you know they're racist. And then they're also called Oriental because I think they thought like Egypt was in Asia or something in the East. And then later on, it became popular and used by the aristocrats, like the bourgeoisie. That word always like trips me up. Bourgeoisie, proletariat, you know. Anyways, and then like the rich people started wearing it, but only vertical stripes. Horizontal stripes were still for like people they looked down upon. But, like vertical stripes were like um now make seem cool, you know, like wow, look at us. Um, And then they also talked about it, like a bit of flags. I don't remember why like the French flag has it. I think maybe they were also confused. I think one of the things that they've said for like the American flag that maybe they were like using it because it's they were like the stripes were originally seen as like something as part of slavery because like it's like trapping them or like restricting of freedom. So then they're sort of like using it as like to reverse it to claim freedom. I don't really know. Also, there's also like this imagery of like stripes as like sort of like bars that are like trapping you or keeping you protected, aka you know like prison, concentration camp uniforms, and then also pajamas. You know, obviously with prison and concentration camps, that's like the bars that are keeping people trapped. In pajamas, it's like keeping you safe from the night or something. That's what the book said. And then there's also like stuff about how like the wordplay, like stripes, stripping of dignity, like rare in French, rare. I shouldn't pronounce that better being taking French classes. And then there's this one part where they're like, wow, you know, the stripes on the Signal toothpaste is so amazing. I don't even know how they make it happen. So then the stripes come out. And I was like, is this like sponsored by Signal? And then I look at the note over there and it's like, no, haha, this is not sponsored by Signal, but if you want Signal, hit me up. And then there's obviously like the obvious pirate imagery, like beach stuff, gangsters, you know, the difference between like a politician and a gangster is some stripes. And then there's also this movie about stripes, Spellbound, where he says, as a stripe specialist, I really appreciate that. I don't want to too, you know. I'm not a stripe specialist, but I feel like I know more about strips than an average person now. And you know, there's like zebras and crosswalks, and like there's different cultural things as well. Like different cultures think different like how the zebra stripes are made. Like it's like white with black stripes versus black with white stripes. And then it's also like seen an association with jazz a lot, which also goes back with how it was associated with black people because we all know that like you know black people are like the pioneers of jazz, right? And then I was also thinking, yeah, you know, also showing like the whole bars and sort of like keeping you trapped, or like it's also used as like a signal of danger now, which I think also cuts in, not cuts, plays into that. But the overall summary is that like it used to be shown as level, some of outcast, and now like it's a danger signal. And overall, I think the book was really interesting. I think, you know, if you have some time, you should definitely read it. Clearly, it's like read by someone who's like really passionate about what they're learning about. Um, it's not a very long read either, so like you have it's pretty easy to read. And I really like one part where they're like writing something and they're like, clearly I'm referencing Michael Foucault. It's like, what? No. I mean, maybe the average reader like would know that because it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe like the average Strips fan, you know, knows a lot about Michael Foucault, but I was like, no, no. How would we obviously know that? And I was like, wait, where have I heard that name before though? The Good Place. I know about him from The Good Place, and also from English because he did a bit on like philosophy, I think. And I really like the book. I think you should go check it out. Um, the writing style is pretty neat. There's a lot of notes in there. But I feel like that's pretty common with like any sort of nonfiction book on like a research topic. My forehead is huge as fuck. Anyways, I would totally recommend it. And yeah, that's it. Bye bye.